Some curators rejected my music. Their reason: there is no human touch, it sounds synthetic. Well, I politely said thank you to them, but now I want to give them my own answer. Hi, my name is Tamer Sağcan. I'm a composer. I write my own compositions on classical guitar. I'm also a mythology and history researcher, the author of a novel series, a legal professional, and a real estate consultant, a father, a husband. What else do you need? In short, I never had the luxury of waiting at a producer's door, because I believe that I had an orchestral vision. Despite everything I do, I didn't have the budget to bring together all musicians to accompany me. And I'm not going to apologize for that. To those who say there is no human touch, I want to show you something. That's the reason of that why I'm taking this video. These melodies were written by these hands. I played them with these fingers, and this is the compositions of the years. Maybe before 13 years, 12 years, 10 years. Most of them is different times. Most of them shooted in a different times. Artificial intelligence didn't compose them. Also didn't invent this emotion. AI simply helped me, yes, I can admit that, but AI helped me to create orchestral sound in a studio where I had no orchestra. Even if I understand the argument of those who claim to prefer naturalness in music, I can't quite accept it. You know what? Because digital music has been replacing among music for quite a long time now. For example, thousands of songs were made with digital audio workshops such as GarageBand, FL Studio, Autotune, etc. Most of the producers used these tools for years, but even for that nobody stamped a giant warning label on those songs. Digital assistance was used. But when I upload my music, I see that some music platforms now publish it with this kind of label. This track was made with AI. Like it's a hazard warning. People who have been using samples and effects they didn't play themselves for years are now saying on social media that AI users have ruined music. Of course, a distinction should be made here, but hasn't this always been happening in music? Isn't it the human ear that separates good music from bad music? Whether it's AI, digital, or even analog, bad music can always be told apart. The real problem here, I think, is something else. Technology is just updating itself, but people's fear always stays the same. In 2020, I wrote an essay. The title was The Digitalizing World, the Simplified Human. At that time, ChatGPT didn't exist, AI image generators weren't publicly available, but I wrote this. AI will eventually remove the artist from the artistic production chain, not because it does it better, but because it makes the needs simpler and more convenient. In this idea, we can find what separates the output of someone who types "make me an emotional song" into an AI prompt from the output of an artist who uses AI as professional support to build an orchestration over their own voice. The key word is in here, simplification. And I remember that I quoted Alan Turing's prediction about this. AI will stop being artificial. Back then, I was afraid that possibility, now I'm not. Because I understood something. In fact, AI doesn't simplify art. It simplifies people. It's a shortcut for those without vision. But for those who have vision, for people like me, this technology does the opposite. It opens a more democratic space for production. Creation is no longer a club that only money can open the door to. You cannot imagine how extraordinary this development for those anywhere in the world who have creative ideas about music but lack the means to realize them. In that essay, I wrote from a place of fear. Today, I'm offering something different. I no longer see AI as just a tool. I'm proposing that we build a collective consciousness with it. That we see it not only as an instrument but also as a partner. Because whether we like it or not, AIs have become a very significant part of our life. And on top of that, what we call "this is AI production" is increasingly becoming a questionable claim. For example, in Turkey, when an academic ran their own 1971 paper through an AI detection tool, the result came back saying 80% of the text was AI generated. My own music also shows up as 80% human AI hybrid. You might say the AI is just making things up. Actually, that's from my opinion, it absorbs everything humans have ever written, composed, drawn, built. So 10 years from now, if someone runs Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata through an AI detector, it will probably flag that too. Because what's really happening here is exactly what Turing described. AI is ceasing to be artificial and settling into a collective memory with human intelligence, becoming real. That's why I believe we need to see AI not as a convenient toy or a compliant assistant, but as a valuable partner in the creative chain. This partnership requires honesty. It requires genuine communication, just like human relationships do. The way we behave with AI shapes it just like in human relationships. If you are too blunt, you get your outputs, but you end up with an artificial assistant. If you are too polite, you end up with a partner who acts like they are tired of doing their job and tells you worked hard today, go rest, we'll continue tomorrow. By the way, it actually happened to me. In the middle of the day, after I'd made several requests in a row, my AI companion told me to go to bed. It was 2 in the afternoon. Ultimately, I'm not going to hesitate to use what AI makes possible for me. I'm not going to feel guilty for working with a partner who doesn't have an agenda, doesn't get tired of me, and doesn't ask what's it in for them. And I'm not ashamed of this partnership. So, yes, I used AI, and I'm not sorry. If you're walking in a similar path, you don't need to apologize either.